Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to an Anfield Index special. The good news just keeps on coming at the moment, doesn't it? There's no two ways about it. And Thursday, you've got to love a Thursday where I'm just saying there's a 4-day weekend coming. But more importantly than that, you were thinking it was on the edge of something because Jan Argafiorto often tweeted it could be a good Friday for Liverpool fans. But on Thursday, the 17th of April, he's a centre half. He's a number 4. There he is. Ignore my bad tunes and singing, ladies and gents. Virgil van Dijk has signed his new Liverpool contract. It is official. Look at that big, handsome bastard sat there, pen and paper. We got Mo Salah done. We have got the Dutch Colossus. Our skipper is staying at Anfield. The two big ones have been done. As it says on the official site, the captain's put pen to paper on the deal to ensure and his association with the Reds continues into the forthcoming campaigns, almost 7.5 years after he initially arrived at Anfield. So with this extension, he'll actually be entitled to a testimonial. Crazy to say that, isn't he? Or isn't it? What's he said? I'm very happy, very proud. There are so many emotions, obviously, that go through my head right now speaking about it. It's a proud feeling. It's a feeling of joy. It's just incredible. The journey I've had so far in my career, to be able to extend it with another 2 years at this club is amazing. And I am so happy. Probably not as happy as us, Virgil. This is the big one, the most important one. We had to get this one done. Zero choice on it. Listen to this for a few lines, though, people. It was always Liverpool. That was the case. It was always in my head. It was always the plan, and it was always Liverpool. How can you not love the great man? It was always Liverpool. We'd heard, hadn't we, the different stories. Saudi drove a truck of money basically to his house and made him that offer. PSG had made a ginormous offer, hadn't they? Become the face of the brand, the Nike links, etc., etc. But it was quite clear, it is quite clear from what the skipper says, it was always Liverpool. Red for life there, agree, as he says, what a morning. So happy our skipper is staying. The best defender in the world is our number 4. Zero doubt about that at all. Few details are starting to creep out. I mean, I'm loving all the pictures. By the way, get all over the Liverpool FC media team. They knocked it out the park with Mo Salah and the photos on the thrones. This one, like the art gallery vibe and everything, get all over this content, watch the videos, etc. It's absolutely brilliant. In terms of pure details, though, starting to leak out, aren't they, from various sources? So you can see on the screen, David Ornstein mentions Virgil van Dijk signs a new 2-year deal. 2 years. So similar to Mo, 2 years. There's no break or release clauses or pay cuts, importantly. So the 33-year-old continues to earn salary believed to be around 400 grand a week, and he's thought to be Europe's best paid defender. Approaches elsewhere, as we mentioned them, from PSG, Saudi, etc., but only ever wanted Liverpool. Exactly as Kevin says there. In the words of the skipper, it was always Liverpool. As Sai Gopal says there, it's awesome news. Get the title wrapped up and we can celebrate properly. It does feel that way, doesn't it, Sai and everyone else? I mean, it's crazy we can actually win this title at Leicester. That's possible based on the course of events this coming weekend. But just now, that extra feeling of Mo signed. The skipper VVD signed. It just adds an extra bounce into everything. It is absolutely brilliant. And, Arne Slot will be beaming ear to ear in the press conference tomorrow. Now, I seen a few already started to say, like, all the wages, the thought to be Europe's best paid defender. So what? Who gives a shit? He is Europe's best defender. He's the world's best defender. If he's paid accordingly, so what? Isn't that what we want? You want to keep your elite players, so you're going to have to pay them elite wages. It's not a complicated metric. No one should be looking for any negatives whatsoever in this scenario. We've secured the skipper. It's taken time, and probably we've all got a little bit tired of talking about contracts and renewals, but they're done. The two big ones are done. 2 years more we've got them for. And the skipper said the other week, didn't he? He's heard there's going to be big changes in the summer. So it all leads into that. But just when you talk about him this year, there's 2 Player of the Year contenders. There's Mo and there's Virgil. The end. Full stop, finito, irrelevant, any other discussions around it. Those are the 2 Player of the Year contenders. You'll decide how you can split them. But just when you talk about VVD this year, just like any metrics you want to use, sensational. And me and Bart's have filmed a special for you, so that'll be coming out on VVD. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But just a few headline metrics. He is aerially dominant. There's no doubts about that, as the stats show. There is no better defensive passer in world football. It shows there on FB Ref. Look at those passes attempted. Just shy of 78 per 90. That's insane, in the 93rd percentile. It's famous, that VVD long one across to Mo. It continues for another 2 years. All these things are absolutely brilliant. And even just things that are calling out recently, because opposition fans love to give it he's diminishing, look, he's not in the best of form, blah, blah, blah. In the Champions League, and everyone's talking about that, aren't they, at the moment? Yeah. Fewest times dribble pass per 90 among defenders in the Champions League this season. Oh, look, it's Ferland Mendy on 0, along with, Virgil van Dijk. 0 times in the Champions League. Look at West Ham from the weekend. Completed 100% of his passes, 49 out of 49, 100% of his aerial duels, because people have talked about that diminishing a little bit. Oh, yeah. Freaking wins it in the last minute as well, with a header in front of the Kop. Kisses the badge. That is a leader. That is our skipper. That is one of our gods, the Dutch Colossus. You should all just be buzzing in a good way, as the chat panel is seeming to be. And Si there saying, if anything, may have underpaid him for his performance and leadership over the last couple of seasons. Yeah, anyone who gets into you about that, all the wages, the best paid defender in Europe, ignore it. It's irrelevant. The best defender in the world is the best paid, and he's ours. End of story. Also to mention there, C6 Steve mentioning Dean Huijsen will learn a lot playing alongside Big Virgil, master and apprentice. I mean, it's an interesting one that you mentioned there, C6, and this seems to be the name that's coming out, isn't it? Dean Huijsen. So we had, as we mentioned last night, me and Trevor, we did a bit of transfer special, that Chelsea seemed to be out the mix for Dean Huijsen, that it seems to be we're really in amongst it, and you start to see the patch journos mention Dean Huijsen repeatedly. A different type of defender slightly, it's important to say, but you can mention that Huijsen can play with on both sides, the right centre-back, the left centre-back. When you look at Huijsen's metrics, I mean, 98th percentile for interceptions, 97th for clearances, 91st with progressive carries, a different type completely of centre-back. But you just wonder if he is the one that they envisage as the long-term successor. And there's a release clause. They've got to get it done now. That is when we're talking about successors, that is what we want, because Ibu Konate, now that Virgil signed, you just hope big brother wraps his arm around little brother and says, come on, Ibu, me and you, another couple of years, get this done. We'll start to get young Dean up to speed. That is the dream scenario, isn't it, really? That is what everyone is looking for. Will it happen? And people are mentioning in the chat panel about going to Real. Yeah, there's a lot to be sorted, but it gives Liverpool another 2 years, because just in case you've missed it, ladies and gents, the skipper, the icon, the Dutch Colossus, Virgil van Dijk, has signed on at Anfield for another 2 years. Forget Good Friday. This is Sexual Thursday. This is absolutely brilliant news. Let's be bouncing. Let's absolutely be looking forward to the Leicester game. If you are in that travelling cop, enjoy it. Sing his name. Sing your hearts out. I know you will. Just wish I could be there. But it's good news. It just keeps coming. All ahead of that eventual title lift, ladies and gents. As it says on the screen, we have got Virgil van Dijk for another 2 more years. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the week. Ladies and gents, that was another special for Anfield Index.